Perimeter, report. Perimeter. Those charges, Prime Sergeant.
Perimeter's on radio silence. Permanently.
Stars, that was fast. No time. Hit her with everything we've got.
Find something?
This look rigged to blow to you?
And this was to cover tracks, not kill.
Enough compound here to widen this hole by another kilometer.
Hawk's Nest compromised. Full retreat. Operation Cave-In underway. Final transmission. Harrier 1 out. Harrier 1 to ParaGrim. The garrison at Fort Cadentha appears to be sending out patrols of Imperial troops. Flights recalled and circling. What's the situation, General? Please advise.
ParaGrim. Has to be General Redrish.
Harrier 1, expect more. Yoren's convinced the Voss to allow Imperial troops to bolster Voska's defenses against the Gormak. Monitor their patrols. If they stray too far, show the Voss how ill-prepared Imperials are for Gormak attacks. ParaGrim out.
Got her.
I've got something for you. Transmitting now.
Now, what have we here? Oh, this is better than I could have hoped. I might even convince the Voss to hand her over for trial with this.
Pull that off and I might kiss you.
Let's try to not get carried away. I'll handle things from here. Return to my office and lay low until I return. Hunter, have you returned? Oh, never mind. It doesn't matter. Whatever you're doing, stop. I need you here immediately.
I can move as soon as you give me a destination.
I'm at the Assembly Hall on recess from our hearing. The Voss have agreed to hear the accusations I've made against General Redrish, but they've also agreed to her request to face her accuser. She named you specifically to be called to account and submit to questioning.
Definitely sounds like she's up to something.
She'll likely make a spectacle of you, but we don't have much choice. This is the Assembly Hall's location. Hurry, I don't want the Voss to think we're stalling.
I apologize that the Empire has decided to waste your time today.
You won't smooth things over with a smile this time. The evidence of your guilt is as plain as day.
Your holo recordings? I was really expecting you to have fabricated something a little more tangible, Ambassador. And your only witness is a known terrorist.
Never been convicted, but I'm not the one on trial here.
No, you're not. But your character is. You're a Mandalorian. Your people have made unprovoked acts of war against the Republic and conducted genocides against entire species. Do you deny it?
Wouldn't know. I just joined.
Tell us, how do you acquire this evidence of yours?
Your subordinates provided everything I needed.
That's preposterous. I won't stand here and listen to the Empire slander me. The Empire expects you to take the word of a hired killer instead of a respected official who's proven her commitment to the Voss people time and again. You will remember it is I who agreed to make the pilgrimage to the Shrine of Healing to show my solidarity with the Voss.
An idle promise. My associate can just as easily agree to make this pilgrimage.
Then take the trials, outsiders. That will reveal true character. We have concluded.
You have shown us much. Safe journeys.
Hedging my questions was smart. A shame the ambassador had to open his mouth and seal your fate. I've spent months preparing for the trials. They're going to kill you. Ambassador?
You shut her up right quickly. She wasn't expecting you to handle yourself so well. I'll requisition a little bonus for your performance. Keep it up. As to this trials business, I had to show the Voss we're willing to do anything the Republic will do. You understand?
Not exactly what I'd call a victory, Ambassador.
We rushed things, but we got her to show her hand. This pilgrimage to the Shrine of Healing might be our opportunity to strike. These trials are obviously deadly. If General Redrish were not to return from her pilgrimage, it would hardly be unexpected.
I'll keep on her trail until an opportunity presents itself.
Fadith Kai is an influential figure at the Pilgrim camp and is not hostile to us. See if he has any insight on getting you into this Shrine of Healing.
Cider, my master saw you were coming. He awaits in the Cloister of Meditation.
Who do I have to thank for the warm welcome?
Dokoth Ra, the Elder. You will see him.
Yeah, I'll see him.
The Cloister of Meditation is near, but secluded. Follow the silence.
Aren't alone.
Pilgrims are so few now, and outsiders.
People only grow by facing challenges.
The wise don't seek adversity. It will come. Change has come to Voss. Voss must come to change. The outsider woman you seek will be the agent of that change.
Is she planning something?
She believes coexistence with the Gormak is possible, but someone must give voice to it. I believe that voice is hers. You will not silence it. Stay in peace and leave in time. No harm will come unless you resist.
You break your neutrality, you'll regret it.
We are prepared for force. Restrain her. My gift is not foresight, but I see your fate is not for us to decide.
That mean you won't try anything else?
We cannot stop what must come to pass. The human woman has gone. She has left for Gomakos. Our hope goes with her.
Why stick your neck out for a stranger?
There are no words between a Voss and Gormak, only violence. The outsider woman carries an offer of peace. Commandos stand vigil over Gomakos. Their commander may witness the outsider's passing.
Thanks for the information. No hard feelings.
A fool curses fate. Go in peace.
Cider, rest. Take shelter. Return home. Only Gormak territory lays beyond.
Thanks, but trespassing comes with the job.
One outsider has already been taken by the Gormak today.
This outsider happened to be a human female?
Yes, it was.
The Gormak attacked. She surrendered.
She was delivering secrets to the Gormak.
Truthfully?
If this is true, her treason will be appropriately rewarded. The woman was taken towards the Gormak beast pens. Her fate is sealed.
I'm not gonna let them hog all the fun.
I will point out the place. If she is a traitor, she deserves her death.
Thought I heard commotion.
Kimakio Vagetochong. Amin Swan Trompopos. Say, Kidiguan Nigoivas. Don Mostaroren Yotavoka. Anma, soy a fagor vote, Layan Sumata.
Hand over the outsider you captured, and nobody else has to get hurt.
Yisongifan Gramakvan, Kachoden. Ne so fun de ko neva de aknan ni matan. Ve kom ni go banlang, chofei, chong la tamso. Quanta è l'acqua? What one dan più cotova? Vlakan vam dau, gatrat vibam laogron. Gronati boy kon koniga lampu?
What's with all this pure, impure business?
Konigo wai bam lui chotai fai lai angor sun ei lam sayo. Nigo wai dap wai chakamrang. Kongi wai he triole. No vada grosai. Wale con patron de gay tuba.
The woman's got a knack for getting people to see things her way. You know where they took her?
Puavaska, bam ki nagungam trong wang lao, the chow troksha. Though I wish say, hadram, la no wike guan vik kontui.
I'll show you the ropes, if it gets me out without trouble.
Wa ming guang, gam ji wan guamak gi lan va. Isongin fan gramakvan, kachoden.
The less you have to think before you act, the better.
Boyisigro, uvak, ramba, gabafute.
Nice drills. You're a natural.
No vada grosai, wale con patron de gay tuba. Then foi futagan achnan choktonte, vebegor nesafun. Nigo wai dap wai chakamrang, kongi wai he triole.
I'm willing to take that risk.
Komnigo wai bam lui chotai fai lai angor sun ei lam sayo. Puavaska bam ki nagungam trong wang lao, the chow troksha.
I expected we'd cross paths again, but not here.
You're keeping interesting company these days, General.
It's not hard to find people who share a desire for peace and prosperity. A Mandalorian wouldn't understand. I'm so close to getting these people on speaking terms, and you're about to throw it all away. For what, money? Tell me you're not that petty.
You're between me and a man spouting lies. Nothing personal.
I think that's a small sacrifice for peace. Nothing personal. Show her what you're made of.
Gotcha.
Wait! Cease fire! This is a losing battle.
If you're giving up, get on with it.
You've done all you can. This is my fight to lose. This is a pivotal moment in this planet's history. I won't let our squabbles get in the way. If you'll allow these Gormak to return home, I'll lay down my weapon.
You're going to sacrifice yourself for perfect strangers?
No. I'm going to keep them from sacrificing themselves for something as insignificant as my life. Jedi and Sith waged war here centuries ago, both manipulating these people into fighting their battles for them. It's all painted here on these walls. Now, we've come full circle. These people deserve better than to be exploited by galactic politics. Give them a fighting chance.
Couldn't care less about the Gormak.
Second chance. Don't waste it.
Thank you. Go. Others need to know what we found here. Do what you came to do.
Hold that pose.
At conviction, have to respect that.
We're done here. Capture General Redrish.
You're back. Oh, I hadn't heard one word since you left for the trials. I thought she'd got the best of you. I suppose no news is good news in this case. If you'd raised any suspicion capturing her, I'd have heard about it. Whatever General Redrish's plans were, it seems we've avoided the fallout.
Chasing her was like running through a minefield.
Debating her wasn't much different, but arguably less deadly. I suppose you deserve a little something for handling things discreetly. Here, the credits Darth Tormund promised, plus a little extra thanks from the diplomatic service.
Happy to be of service.
I'll send word of your success to Darth Tormund promptly. Farewell.
My subordinates tell me that you dealt with the privateer and the Kawati woman.
There's nothing keeping the plan from moving forward.
Good. The campaign on Raban is coming to a close. I will direct my forces towards a full-scale assault on Corellia. Rendezvous with my flagship, the Tyrant, in Raban's outsystem.
I am Captain Evelyn, commanding officer of the Tyrant. You are Darth Tormund's bounty hunter?
Darth Tormund instructed me to rendezvous with the Tyrant here.
Good, pay attention, we don't have much time. Republic Special Forces slipped on board during our troop withdrawal. They've completely overrun the command decks. It won't be long before we lose the bridge. If you act quickly, we might be able to turn things around.
What do you need me to do, Captain?
The board has initiated a complete lockdown, trapping our defenders and the subdecks. I need you to undo their tampering. With their overrides disabled, we can unseal the lock decks from the bridge, so Darth Tormund and his soldiers can retake control.
I won't let you down.
If I didn't believe that, I wouldn't have asked. I'm transmitting the location of the ship's network junctions. Restore the systems and we can handle the rest. I've opened the docking bays and disabled our weapons. You can make a safe landing if you hurry. The window of opportunity is...
Now or never.
If we're going to land, we better do it before the boarders get the turbo lasers back online.
We're in for a rough landing.
Business as usual, then?
Figures I'd have a big lunch.
My lord, it's a relief to see you unscathed.
Where is Captain Evelyn?
The captain's dead, sir, my lord.
And yet you avoided his fate.
Yes, I mean, no. We were
Ouch. I have you to thank for a ship.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Have this ship operational by the time we are finished. I am mobilizing my entire division to Corellia. The rebellion will be crushed. Corellia will fall, but military victory will not be enough. I do not want the Republic merely defeated. They must submit.
And a corpse can't grovel. I get it. Who do you want?
There is a massive resistance supporting the Republic's defense of Corellia. You will secure the rebel leaders. I will make them kneel. When the rebellion bows before Corellia's rightful leaders, our trap will be set.
What happens once this trap is sprung?
A compact will be signed publicly. Corellia's governor will demand that the Supreme Chancellor ratify the treaty and withdraw Republic forces. The Supreme Chancellor will have to acknowledge that the Corellians have chosen Imperial rule, but not before Jun Seros convinces him that his Jedi can turn the tide.
I've only seen Seros operate through proxies.
He was undefeated on every front he led during the last war. He will not sit idle while Corellia falls. I have sent my forces ahead, under command of General Crow, meet with him and proceed according to plan. When the Tyrant is hyperspace capable, I will join you.
What?
Let's get on with this, bounty hunter. I've troops to deploy. Darth Tormund demands that I dispatch you to capture Chairman Harlan Fane of the Corellian Corporate Council.
Where can I find Chairman Fane?
Fane and the other representatives have locked themselves up in their council tower in defiance of Imperial rule. His exact location isn't known, but it is likely that he and the other senior representatives are holed up in the tower's upper executive offices.
Get me a shuttle, and I'll take things from the top.
The anti-aircraft coverage over in Corporation Island would atomize you immediately. Ground assault is the only option. Resistance will be heavy, but the Council Tower has several structural weaknesses we can exploit. The only thing stopping you from accessing the tower through the main lobby is sheer manpower.
I'll expect a warm welcome.
You'll have their undivided attention. I hope you're prepared for it. The executive suites have a private lift that will bypass most of the intervening levels. It'll require an access key used by senior staff. Also, unless you'd like to be trapped inside a lift shaft, you'll need to attack the tower's security center and disable their lift override controls.
Solid plan, General. I've got it from here.
Once those objectives have been completed, you should have a straight shot to the upper levels. And remember, you're to deliver Chairman Fane alive and intact. Dismissed.
Wait.
Sir, they're dangerous.
Don't know the half of it.
They're also not Imperial soldiers. This is clearly a question of money, not loyalty. Am I right?
Everything's a question of money.
You're an entrepreneur, not a thug. I could tell the minute I laid eyes on you. The private sector always needs good talent, and we'll pay you what you're worth. Why collect one paltry bounty when I can pay you a fortune in regular wages?
Give me a reason to believe your offer is legit.
No credit transfers will be authorized given the circumstances, but I've got personal funds. Let me open my safe. Now remember, that's just an advance. The real money comes when the Imperials are no longer meddling with the bottom line.
The real money comes when I drop you at the Sith's feet.
You're a thug after all.
And you're a coward.
You can't appreciate the opportunity you're throwing away. Work this out. The Empire can have Corellia. I'll slip off-world and retire somewhere in the colonies.
Should have thought of that earlier. Let's go, Chairman.
I can't stop you. I'll go quietly.
Obtain Chairman Fane. Good. We proceed on schedule. General, see to the bounty hunter's reward.
Yes, my lord.
Our next objective is to bring Corellia's beasts to heel. You will be the one to break them.
How do you plan for me to do that?
The Corellians cohabit with a number of species. The most numerous and organized are the Selonians. The Republic needs to see the Selonians accede to the Empire. A representative must be acquired.
Never seen a Selonian. What am I looking for?
Man-sized vermin with enough intelligence to fear us. They support the rebellion from Coronet City's interstitial maintenance corridors. One particularly tenacious animal leads packs of raiders to undermine our front lines. It will make as good an example as any. General Trow will brief you on the battle plan. When you have the creature, bring it to me in Axial Park.
Planning to take it for a walk?
Do not keep me waiting.
Trying to locate the Selonian raiders in the guts of Coronet City would be almost futile. Instead, you'll target an invaluable Selonian resource and force these raiders to defend it.
I was getting tired of chasing all my targets down anyway.
Follow the plan exactly, and they'll have nowhere to run. Selonians rely on a small breeding caste to reproduce. With their future at stake, the Selonians will have no choice but to act. Raid the Selonian warrens under Labor Valley, take your hostages, and hold them at these coordinates.
What's so special about this section of tunnels?
It's a dead end. They'll believe they have you cornered right up to the moment you cut off their only route of escape. These shock collars will keep the alien filth in line while you lead them to the ambush coordinates. When your objective is complete, report directly to Darth Tormen in Axial Park. Just follow the sound of destruction.
Keep talking, and the only quick death is gonna be theirs.
They're here. Let's just fight.
They can go when we're done. It's out of your hands now. Sleep tight. Representative Darth Tormen.
Impressive. For an animal. The trap is nearly set. All that remains is to capture the last figurehead of Corellia's old regime. Corellia's Civil Police Force Commissioner. Somehow Commissioner Carter survived the initial purge of dissenters before Prime Minister Falcone delivered Corellia to us.
I'd have thought Corellia'd be under martial law by now.
Corsac was disbanded, officially. One of the many steps taken to ensure a smooth exchange of power. It failed. Since the purge, Commissioner Carter has rallied the rebellion. The public sees him as the last legitimate voice of the Corellian people. Carter and his Corsac officers are the backbone of the civilian resistance.
Corsac is one thing, but I'm not keen on dragging any more bystanders into this war.
It will not be an issue. Corsac's old headquarters is now a formidable fortress. Our forces are laying siege to it as we speak. Their standing orders are to block off any escape. That is all.
I won't be calling for backup.
Contact me when Commissioner Carter is in custody. My troops will cover your exit.
Well, look at you. Waltzing in here like you own the place. Come to finish what they started? Go on and kill me. You'll have 1 million citizens rioting in the streets by sundown.
By sundown, 1 million citizens are gonna watch you shaking hands with the Empire.
Over my dead body. Even if you slave drivers break me, you won't be fooling anyone. Corellians aren't as dumb as you seem to think.
If your people want to keep fighting, that's fine by me.
If you got no stake in Corellia, why are you here? Hut cartel short on credits? The people you're working for, they aren't spice runners or thugs looking for a quick fortune. They're despots. Do this and you'll force billions of people to bow before the Sith. Is the Empire paying you enough to clear your conscience of that?
Better they bow than continue getting caught in the crossfire.
Well, aren't you just a darling? Thanks for the chat. Now I know that what I've been doing is making a difference. Hit him!
Surrounded!
You got me. Good for you. You want a medal? You and me, this battle, the war, not even a blink in the grand scheme of things. Corellia's been around a lot longer than the Sith's little upstart empire. and it'll be around long after the Empire falls.
I make do with the here and now. Tormund, the Commissioner is secure.
Good. Our forces have control of the Corellian legislature. Deliver Commissioner Carter to the Grand Assembly. Your reward will be waiting. Prepare the Commissioner for the surrender.
My lord.
Your success is noted.
So's your gratitude.
Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Watch these rebels sign our enemy's death warrant.
Just call me when you've got something.
Do not stray far.
Darth Tormund desires your presence immediately. This way, please.
A large Republic fleet has entered the system. It includes the Founder, Supreme Chancellor Generos's personal flagship. These reinforcements are attempting to consolidate at the Green Gardens. You know who leads them.
Seros has been spotted?
He is a conspicuous leader. June Seros seeks to urge Coronet City's Green Jedi out of their enclave and press the attack. When their forces are amassed, the Republic will attempt one last offensive. You have until then to reap your vengeance.
I'll keep my visit short.
Dispose of Seros. Quietly. No one must know of his demise. Bring his effects to me.
An intruder!
Go. Do your part to liberate Corellia. This is a private matter.
You don't want to get in the middle of this.
Are you certain, June?
You know what's required of you. Go.
As you wish.
May the Force be with you.
You're persistent. Stubborn. I suppose that's why you excel at what you do, but the price is high. What won't a Mandalorian put aside for pride?
What I do is who I am.
What you do is ruin lives for profit. Nothing I did altered that truth. You chose to murder Kelly and Jarl, just like you chose to kill everyone sent to bring you to justice. You could have surrendered at any time. You chose to become a murderer and terrorist. I only turned all that senseless destruction toward a righteous purpose.
Killing my associates and slinging mud. Real noble.
They made their decision, just like you made yours. If using you to expose the Sith's true face has dirtied my hands, so be it. It's time to answer for your crimes.
When I'm finished, you'll be glad no one was here to watch you die.
Won't be the one after all.
You knew this was how it would end.
I considered this outcome. It was a calculated risk. You've denied me nothing here. In failure, I've undone all your accomplishments. In death, I return to the Force.
I wouldn't be so sure of that. Your life's only the first thing I'm going to take from you. See, my next stop is the Supreme Chancellor. The Sith want his head, and you just delivered it right to me.
You...
Shh. It's over. Thanks for playing.
No...
Pathetic. I did not see Seros. You were successful?
I brought his effects, as you asked.
Good. Only Jedi would call something this fragile Battlemaster.
Battlemaster some sort of special honor?
Before our return, Jun Seros taught all Jedi the art of conflict. His death is a crippling blow to the Jedi Order. And without Jun Seros at his side, the Supreme Chancellor is exposed. Victory is close.
That's going to get us the Supreme Chancellor?
Once the encryption is broken, we will know this data's true value.
I didn't come this far to let the big catch get away.
I will have the Supreme Chancellor's head. My subordinates will transmit the relevant data to your vessel when it's prepared. Until then, make yourself useful to Darth Decimus. The battle for Corellia is not yet decided. The Jedi are broken. The Republic forces are in disarray. Now is the time to strike. You will depart Corellia. Make for the Founder, the Supreme Chancellor's flagship, immediately. The Founder's landing codes will give the Republic fleet little reason to fire upon you.
Somehow I'm not reassured.
The fate of this operation will not be left to the landing codes alone. Captain Horn has prepared an SOS signal using the Republic's ciphers. When you leave the spaceport, you will be pursued by our ships. The Republic will allow you to board, or they risk allowing one of their own to die. We will give them no time for doubt.
Will your pilots know I'm on their side?
Their orders will be to stop you at all costs. I expect you can handle it. You will reach the Founder by any means necessary. Once on board, your first priority will be to destroy all crafts in the adjacent hangars, to prevent the Supreme Chancellor from escaping.
Improvised demolition is one of my specialties.
With no means of escape, only the Supreme Guard will stand between you and your prey.
I'm ready to depart for the Founder at any time.
I will await you on the Tyrant.
Many people
The
willing to
Supreme
lay down their
Chancellor's
lives
fate
for
is
me.
sealed.
Should never have come to this. There's something I want to tell you before you do what you came to do.
You better have one hell of an apology lined up.
You deserve more of an apology than I'm capable of giving. I reviewed the reports surrounding the operation to apprehend you. It's atrocious. A monumental abuse of power. I don't condone what you were doing, but I understand it. It was just your job. June made it personal.
June paid his debt to me in blood. I hope you won't make the same mistake.
That's exactly what I wanted to speak with you about. I've already declassified the real details of yours and June's actions to the public. The fallout will be tremendous. No matter how our meeting concludes, I'll be removed from office.
Tarnishing your reputation doesn't get mine any cleaner.
In this case, you're wrong. The false accusations will disappear as the truth is separated from the lies. It's not a clean slate, but it's what you deserve. I'm willing to take things a step further, if you're willing to work with me.
One good turn deserves another. What are you offering?
Immunity, if you're willing to show me you're not firmly in the Empire's pocket. June believed you were in league with a Sith named Tormund. Is that true?
Tormund sent me to collect your head.
I feared as much. He's using us to make his mark. Tormund's a monster. His troops have been butchering Corellians. On Raban, he flattened kilometers of homes, businesses, hospitals. A man like that can't be given more power. Let's fix this while we're in a position to do so.
Well, we haven't had much choice about working with Tormund until now. This could be our out.
Tormund's had us under his thumb for too long. Keep your word, and Tormund will disappear.
It's time to show him who's boss.
I understand the risk you're taking. Thank you.
The Supreme Chancellor has been dealt with.
Good. Make for the Tyrant. The fleet will cover your escape.
We'll engage the Imperial fleet, but I'll have to survive this to hold up my end of the bargain. If you can somehow cripple the Tyrant after dealing with Tormund, we can handle the rest.
streak of vengeance
tyrant won't trouble
and
you, Chancellor.
satisfaction. The Supreme Chancellor's death has excited your passions. Relish it. Experience some small measure of what it is to be Sith. Now, deliver what I have asked of you.
I'm afraid you'll have to accept a substitution.
I expected better.
Sidekick, Buster.
This was deserved.
Some deals just fall through.
Trusting in a tool, however useful, was a mistake. The task of delivering the master stroke I should have reserved for myself. The galaxy would know. None are beyond my reach. All would cower or they would burn. And the Dark Council would see how total victory is achieved.
Even Sith don't get everything they want.
I was hoping to find you alive. Quite a narrow escape. Darth Tormund was not as fortunate, I trust.
I took care of him, personally.
Good. At least it's done. Perhaps it's best that I'm getting out of politics. Ranging assassinations couldn't be farther from what I've stood for. After falling this far, I suppose there's no point in trying to recover my principles. Coming clean would only do more harm than good.
You don't cast off honor when it's inconvenient.
I never said I was excusing my failures. Only living with them. It was for a greater good. We may be far from achieving peaceful coexistence, but the fewer men like Tormund that come to power, the better our chances. As far as anyone knows, Tormund died in a foolish naval battle. Let's leave it that way.
You're a good man, Chancellor. The Republic will be worse off without you.
I'm glad you weren't the monster June made you out to be. You'll be exonerated as I promised. Even if my replacement questions the justification, overturning it would be more trouble than it's worth. I'm also sending a small reimbursement for your lost wages. It isn't much, but there are more important things than pride and wealth. I hope you'll continue to use such good judgment in the future.
I'm a Mandalorian, Chancellor. We may not follow your rules, but we've got our priorities straight. You may not know how to handle a blaster, but you're prepared to die for what you believe in. That's good enough for me. Live in honor, Chancellor, wherever you end up.
Nikartal, Gardarasum.
Nikartal Gardarasum.
Will you marry me?
About time you asked.
Mi solus tome, mi solus dar tome. Mi medinuion, mi bajuri verde. I know you forever, Share.